This word just into the WECT newsroom. Police found a person dead in the parking deck near the Skyline Center in downtown Wilmington. Police say first responders got a call this morning about someone having a medical emergency in the parking deck. They arrived. They said it was too late. They do not at this point believe any foul play is involved. They have not released the name of that individual found in the parking deck.